Yeah. It's on the air live.
Hi, love.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot we were doing this tonight, and I was watching Breaking Bad, and so I had to take my ponytail out, and I have no makeup on.
That's quite all right. It's real life.
That's right, it's Sunday night, or as we say in the South, it's Sunday night.
That's right. Hi to all our My Fitspiration people.
Hi, my Fits.
Hey, guys. Can we just say really, really quick that our DietBet is almost over $25,000?
We're rocking it this time.
It is so awesome. I'm like so excited about
Me
this.
too.
This is so
It was
good.
so funny. So I was doing my weigh-in photo, and Pate walked in, and he was like, "You're seriously taking a picture of yourself on the scale?" I was like, "It's a diabetic thing. You don't get it."
That's exactly.
It was
Only
really funny because
people get it.
he didn't understand what I was doing. It was really funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. Should we go ahead and announce the winner of the Amazon $100 gift card first?
Maybe wait like 5 minutes.
All right,
Whoever.
maybe we'll wait like 5 minutes, but we have a winner for the $100 Amazon gift card, the person who shared
right.
it the most over the whole week. So we'll wait about 5 minutes, and then we will go ahead and announce that. But we had so many people
We
just
did.
share so much. I mean, it was so awesome. I have like a list of some names that I want to read of people who were just so incredible, and we just want to give you guys like a little shout out, a little thank you.
Awesome.
Hannah's got a prize pack for this first week. We're going to give away something each week just to like keep us going. We're just going to pick somebody at random, so make sure you're leaving comments on the DietBet. We're just going to pick random people, and you'll win just a little prize once a week for the next 4 weeks of our DietBet, and that's super exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah, so I just have two friends on Twitter. I don't know if they're on the Google chat, but Lynn's at Fletchleg, she says, new water bottle, new workout capris, green tea, and naked bars bought. I'm ready to do this diet bet. I love that tweet. And also, our friend on Twitter and on most of our social media, it's Marie K. We love her. She says, almost didn't make it, but I'm in. Hashtag diet bet. So if you're listening right now, tweet us with the hashtag diet bet. Leave us a comment on our YouTube, and we will have a discussion.
Yeah, anybody that has any questions, make sure you leave a comment under this YouTube video, and we'll be watching. You can also always use the hashtag MyFitspiration on Twitter or Instagram or anything, and we'll be watching those to answer questions too. But this is the time to ask questions. If you have questions about DietBet, if you have questions about workouts, like what you want to do during these next 4 weeks or anything, that's what this hangout is about. Like us just like having a little chit-chat conversation. And don't forget, like if you know anybody maybe that wasn't able to sign in or sign up for DietBet today, you can sign into this You can sign up for our DietBet for the next 14 days. I mean, granted,
that's right.
Every day that passes is one less day that you have to lose your 4%, but you can enter up to 14 days into the game, which I think is super cool. So if you're just a day or two late, it's not a big deal. You can just sign right in.
That's right. It's totally fine. As a matter of fact, last time, I think I weighed in 3 days late last time.
Yeah.
My weigh-in didn't get verified or something, and it was fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine. So don't just go ahead and start. If you're waiting for your game to be verified or anything, just go ahead and start like you're already in it. Just get it going and all that good stuff.
And don't forget, the more people you get on the side, the more that you can have these side bets and these side games going. Like I have a pool at the office that we're doing something. We're doing a healthy potluck, and whoever wins the diet bet is making the entire potluck. So you can do little things at your office and fun things like that. And there's like 15 people in my group, so it's fun.
That's so fun. I love that.
Get your office involved. That's how to do it.
I left the first comment.
Ben, you left the first comment?
I left the first
Ben
comment.
left the first comment. I have to go see what it is.
Wait, can you flash the camera and say hi to our production, Presidente, Ben?
Oh, sure.
No. I'm lounging.
Hi, production president.
Hi.
We're in our bed, if anybody's wondering.
I'm not sitting next to me on my couch.
I know it looks like I'm laying on the floor, but I promise we're not. We're just like laying in bed. I have this ginormous headboard.
It's beautiful. I love that headboard.
You know what's funny? Like I've had this headboard or I've had this bed for such a long time. Like what I really want to do. I mean, there's gonna be people out there that are gonna totally like just be like, oh my gosh, but I really want to paint it white, like really glossy white, or maybe light gray but really glossy.
like a pale gray where it looks white, but it's almost gray.
Yes. Yes.
That's like my cabinets at my old house. They looked white, but they were really a pale gray.
Yes, and just like really, really glossy. I don't know. You know, I mean, it's not real wood. I mean, I know it looks like it's some fine.
You could always take it off and restain it if you wanted to. I think that'd be fine.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, from one of those like furniture stores. We bought it like, I don't know, 8 years ago or something maybe, something like that. We've had it for a long time.
Oh yeah, everybody's saying hi.
Hi guys.
Hi everybody. I'm looking down at my Twitter.
Hannah, wait, before we get started, for those of you who maybe don't know or live under a rock.
Someone said, Modesta Blade said, hey, the comments are disabled on the live feed.
No, they're not. Try it again. Refresh the page.
Refresh the page, guys.
Okay.
It's not.
Commenting.
People are commenting. Yes. It's not.
Hi, Jackie. Jackie says this is her favorite day of the year. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Hi, Jackie. I love you.
Yes, everybody that's doing the DietBet, we have one of our dearest friends ever. Her name is Jackie. She weighs about as much as a pencil, and she always Instagrams pictures of food, slutty brownies, Oreos with sprinkles on it, and she eats it. And I can't understand how she's so skinny.
She has the most amazing metabolism. That girl rides at SoulCycle and does SLT. That girl works out.
She does work out really hard.
Really hard. She just also has really good genes. You should see you've never met her mother, Hannah, but her mother looks just like her. She just one of those people.
Jackie's mom?
Of course, duh. Yeah. Okay, so Hannah, but wait,
Olivia's just chatting about her headboard.
I know. Okay, so before we move on, Hannah, in case anybody was living on a rock, under a rock, I think you had some news like the past couple weeks.
News? Oh, in case you were living under a rock, I have a new rock.
Yay! Show them up close. Bring it in close. Bring it in close. Up there. Yeah, that's the money shot. Now, why don't you just really quick. Okay, we got it.
Okay, sorry.
So,
it's just so pretty.
So why don't you tell us just a little bit about that ring, just because a lot of people were confused by just the pictures and stuff.
Okay, so this is a 1925 Art Deco engagement ring. It's called a European cut. I've had a lot of questions about it. It's called a European cut because back in the day, all diamonds were made and cut by hands. This was a special kind of diamond that was made in Europe. And now engagement rings are made by lasers. So this is one of the rings that was made by hand. It's platinum. It's beautiful. We got it in Los Angeles in an awesome vintage store with great people. And the cool thing about it is now we got all the paperwork on it, and I'm going to get to research it and figure out who had it before me. It was an estate piece. It was one owner. So I'll get to research where the ring originated. So it's kind of neat and exciting.
And so, because I know there was a confusion, like somebody even said, I think on one of my pictures, they're like, wait, is 1925 the brand? So no, this is actually from the year 1925. It was
the actual vintage ring. It's funny because everyone's like, oh, it looks so vintagey. I'm like, it is vintage.
Well, so we will be, for those of you who are interested, we will be doing lots of posts, or Hannah will be doing lots of posts specifically, coming up vlogs, and there's going to be a whole bridal boot camp videos that are going to come out, and they may be like workouts or just vlogs on what Hannah's planning, or all this really fun stuff, because some people are really going to be really interested. And let me tell you guys, so far everything that Hannah has picked and planned and all that is just gorgeous. Like the whole wedding is going to be, oh, I just can't wait. It's going to be stunning. It's going to be so beautiful. I can't wait.
I hope so.
It will be.
I'm an issue with my dress right now, but we're going to figure that out.
It's not switchy. It's supposed to every time.
It's okay.
Talking,
it's all right.
they can't see you.
Oh, they can't. They can only see Hannah. Oh, they can't see me.
Remember how it's not
so we have to flip it so that I don't know how to do it. Oh, settings.
With this.
Hold on.
Do right click on you.
Right click.
No, actually see that little drop down.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. It just doesn't present to everyone.
Yeah.
We always have trouble with this.
You are presenting to everyone. What
We're very smart people.
Let's see. Let's see. Stop presenting?
Stop presenting. Yeah, that's not
okay.
So click on you. So see, but it should automatically do it.
Yeah. Hey guys, for those of you who couldn't see me, I don't know why it is. It normally switches back and forth. We're not really sure why it's not doing that.
Anytime I've ever watched the Google Hangout, people have this exact same problem.
Yeah.
Even Shay when they did
Just really quick, going back to our Twitter feed, Nick says, skipping my AP World homework for your live stream. Yay, love you girls.
Yay. Okay, I'm gonna go, Hannah, to the comments on YouTube.
Okay, perfect.
So here, can I see? I'm just gonna use a second computer because clearly one is not enough, right?
That's right.
All right, so let me look and see what we got going on here. I don't see anything here. Hold on. Oh, there they are. They're right to the right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this is a great one. This is from Marcia Krebs.
Hi, Marcia.
So the question is, I've been struggling to lose the same 10 pounds over and over. What do you do to get over the mental struggles of deprivation? So I'll start here and then I'll switch it to you.
Sure. Go ahead.
So, you know, it's really interesting because a lot of people don't really, I give this answer a lot, and a lot of people don't really like my answer. And that's okay, because what I'm gonna say is deprivation, it has to become just a part of your life. Like, and you know, I think for such a long time, you know, in the weight loss industry specifically, people are always like, oh, you can't deprive yourself, and oh, you can't do this, no, you can't, you know, you'll end up, you know, doing this or that or the other, and depriving yourself is so bad. And the thing is, depriving yourself isn't bad.
It's really not. It feels bad at first, but then it's how you form a habit, to be honest, don't you think?
I do, and I think that it's not even so much, like, you have to think of it more as, you know, if you deprive yourself of certain things, not ever, just most of the time, you will get the results and the change that you want. Now, does that mean you can't ever have a cupcake, or you can't ever have a this or a that? No, it just means that 85 to 90% of the time, especially if you're trying to lose weight, you just have to say, no, I can't have that today. I'm sorry, I can't have the Rice Krispie treat at lunch. I'm going to take the apple, or I can't have this. And it doesn't mean forever, like you're just never going to have a treat ever. It just means most days you have to learn to deprive yourself, and you have to learn to be okay with that. And I think that was like the biggest thing for me. That was like the biggest weight off my shoulders, is that when I realized that, I was like, oh, you know what? When I deprive myself, when I die to my own will, when I die to my own desire to just want things that are not going to give me the change that I want, it's like a multiplier effect in your life. It literally makes you stronger every time you make that decision. Then it gets to a point where it doesn't feel like deprivation anymore. It just feels
easier.
It feels like the way you live your life. You know what I mean? I agree. I mean, it does get easy marginally, but it just is like, no.
But those choices add up to a lifestyle change, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, even more than just make it a lifestyle change. It becomes like this is how I do it. This is how I live my life, and it's more of a decision than oh, whoops, now I've fallen into this thing where I just don't eat these things anymore. No, it's like it is hard every day. I walk by Sprinkles cupcakes every single day to 63rd Soul Cycle, and even yesterday, Hannah, you'll be so proud of me. I walked in to Sprinkles cupcakes after my ride, and I looked at what they had, and I had
your absolute favorite. I don't really get it, but whatever.
Full intention of eating it. And I walked in, and I just took a moment, and I was like, you know what? I just rode my butt off in that Soul Cycle room. I'm not throwing it away today on this. And I walked right out and walked to the subway. And let me tell you, that was hard. So make deprivation not a negative thing. Make it be something that's empowering to you, and I think that will help long term.
Victory, it really is.
Yeah.
Definite not good. And just a little update. Jackie just sent me a text, and she said, I love watching your Google Hangouts, but who are we kidding? I have funfetti bars in the oven.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay, so
I don't know how to get. Hold on.
It's doing it automatically now.
What's doing it automatically?
It's switching automatically.
Oh, it's switching automatically. No, I've been switching it back and forth.
No, it was doing it automatically.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to do it.
Cool.
Here's a good question.
There's a good question. We got
Courtney Kaler.
From Courtney Kaler.
I'm a graduate.
Hey, Courtney.
I'm a graduate student and I signed up for the DietBet. Any quick tips for rocking this thing on a college budget and crazy grad school schedule?
Ooh, that's a great question. So Courtney is in grad school, and she was wondering, she signed up for the DietBet, and she wondered what would be the best way for her to rock this DietBet on a budget with a crazy schedule. So go ahead, you take this one.
Okay. There's a couple of things because I travel a lot, as does Olivia, and I'm on a budget just like everyone else. For some reason, everyone thinks we're rich, and although one day we might be, I'm a single person on a single person's budget. So one thing that I do that's really important, especially for these college kids, follow your grocery stores on your social media. I follow my Publix on Twitter. I follow my Trader Joe's. I follow my Whole Foods. They post different sales they're having. For instance, my Trader Joe's posted yesterday that they were having organic strawberries half off this morning. So this morning, I went to Trader Joe's, and I bought 2 things of strawberries, froze one, kept one for half off. Also, your farmer's market is the most important thing. Your farmer's market fruits and veggies are usually up to half off than they are in your grocery store. Now, if you can't eat 3 pounds of strawberries and you're in a college dorm, you don't have a lot of things, so just get what you need that week. My advice to that is to take $25 in your backpack, go to the farmer's market, you can fill up that backpack for $25. I do it almost every week. Also, if you have a mini fridge with a freezer, don't forget, you can buy frozen fruits and vegetables as long as on the back of the nutrition label it just says strawberries or it just says squash. It doesn't say added nitrates, added additives. You have to shop smart. So frozen food is not necessarily bad for you. You just have to find the right one, and those are always very, very cheap things to buy, at the peak of freshness.
I love that, and that is very true. Like, I find that the frozen food section is your best friend, and I eat a lot of frozen vegetables because I love my farmer's market, but let's face it, I live up north, so it's starting to get really, really cold. So, in another month, there will be no more farmer's market in New York because it's going to be snowy and whatever. So I'm going to have to continue to either buy, fresh and produce like at the store, or I'm going to have to go into my freezer section, which I do. Like, I keep things on hand all the time, like frozen green beans are great.
Wow.
Frozen asparagus chips are awesome.
Frozen chopped onions are like my favorite thing.
Yeah, and broccoli, cauliflower, all these things are fairly inexpensive, and
also you want to have inexpensive products on hand, like simple things, eggs. Right? I always have at least a dozen eggs or more because I can make an omelet and I can throw in any of the stuff that I have, in. I always have low sodium lunch meat, turkey. I think right now I have sliced turkey and I have sliced chicken in my fridge. I also always have a rotisserie chicken. Those are usually about $3.99, and even if you get a non-organic one or whatever, they're still a really great option.
Yeah, and I definitely, if you watch your grocery store, most grocery stores, Hannah mentioned the rotisserie chicken, which is such an amazing thing. I mean, you can eat on a rotisserie chicken, especially with one person, for a week.
Olivia and I have actually been on the hotel floor a couple times, on the floor of our hotel room, deboning a rotisserie chicken. Remember that when we did that?
I'm sorry. Do you remember when we did that? Do you remember what?
I was trying to remember what that was for. Our first DietBet?
No, ma'am. That was right before we went to the ranch on The Biggest Loser.
That's what that was?
We sat on the floor, and we had frozen green beans with no salt, no nothing, and we bought a rotisserie chicken, and we deboned it, and we knew we were going to be in that hotel room for 2 more days. We had already weighed in, remember?
Right. You're totally right.
Deboned, and we sat on that floor and deboned that chicken, took all the skin, all the fat, all of it out, and then ate green beans and chicken for 2 days.
That's true, because I remember thinking to myself, man, all that skin and fat's just going to waste.
Exactly. But if you watch, what I was going to say, if you watch like Hannah said, that was such a great tip about the grocery stores. But if you watch the flyers, most grocery stores 1 day a week put their rotisserie chickens on special, like 2 for 1 or
2 for 1, yeah.
And if you have the space, that's a really, really great way. Also, watch the meat counter at most of your grocery stores. They'll put meat on sale, chicken breasts on sale. Chicken breasts, you can literally put them in the freezer. And one of the easiest things to do with chicken breasts, and I know most people are going to be like, oh, but you can take frozen chicken breasts. We used to do this all the time at the ranch, and just put them in a little bit of simmering water with dried Italian seasoning. Just buy like a bottle of dried Italian seasonings, put it in there, a little bit of salt and pepper, and just boil that chicken. It'll keep it really tender, and then you can just transfer it into like a Tupperware or, you know,
Right.
a little
You could
Ziploc
also add a little bit of flavor. You could add a little bit of, you could do, I like to do half water and half low sodium chicken stock.
Yeah.
And it just helps keep the moisture in, and it helps it not to be so dry. So there's tons of things that that you can do.
And you can just use that chicken all week on salads or as a side dish or, you know, in a stir fry, like whatever you're trying to do. And those things are really, really cheap. All right, so what about, Hannah, for like a college, like as far as like crazy schedule for working out and stuff?
The thing about the crazy schedule is, even though you're in school, I know usually that your schedule will be the same at least 2-3 days a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Fridays you have the same classes. Tuesdays, Thursdays you have the same classes normally, but your study schedule is going to be important, right? So you always want to have I pack my snacks for the week. Like I do, I usually do 6 of the mini bags of almonds, and I have the those snack bags, the Ziploc bags, and I count my almonds out. I also do, I always have an apple with me in my bag because we have our apple trick that we always talk about. You know, when you're trying to figure out if you're hungry or you just want something. If you're hungry, you'll eat the apple. If you just want something, you won't want the apple, right? So pre-packaging your snacks for the week are going to be really important to have in your backpack. Also, it's better to meal prep once a week than every night, especially when you're busy and when you're in school. When you're busy and you come home from school and you're tired and it's late and you've worked and you've studied and you've been to school, you're not going to want to stay up and boil chicken breasts. But on Sunday night, you can boil 6 chicken breasts and pre-package your meals and have them all in the fridge, and it's just so much easier to do it.
Yeah, but what about working out? No more food. What about working out as far as we're scheduled?
Okay. Just like your food, you have to pre-plan your workouts, right? So what I do is, in the beginning of the week, if I have a really busy week or if I'm traveling, I write out my workouts. Not necessarily like, 2 reps of this, but I write out, okay, Monday, the only time that I have to do this is from 6 to 7, or Tuesdays is 5. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my earlier days at work, so I have to work out at 5. So I put them on my calendar just like you would schedule a doctor's appointment, just like you would schedule something else. You have to schedule that time, right? And if you're getting really down to it, you can say, okay, I'm going to do 20 minutes of cardio and 40 minutes of weights, or I'm going to get on YouTube and do a YouTube video, or I'm going to get on JulianMichaels.com and do one of hers. Like, I always just have at least what I'm doing that day in the time block on my calendar.
And I love the fact that, like, I am always reminded of this. Courtney Crozier, who was on our season, she lost a big bulk of her weight just, this is going to sound hilarious, and we used to do it at the ranch all the time. Just pacing around her bedroom, like when she was on her phone or when she was like studying in school, when she was reading, she was just up in her room kind of walking around. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but like if you when you're studying, if you're reading something and you can just kind of like just leisurely walk around your apartment or around your bedroom, I know people are going to think you're crazy, but steps are steps. And that's I found for me back in the day, the hardest thing about being a student is you're sitting so much. And it's the same thing about, if you're at a job, but at least as a student, you have a little more flexibility because you're probably in your apartment or at the library or somewhere else. So that's my recommendation. And if for some reason you're like, oh God, if I like walk around and read at the same time, I feel like I'm going to get seasick and puke or something, then just take 15 minutes, maybe every hour on the hour, take 15 minutes and go outside and take a 15-minute brisk walk so that it just kind of, it's going to give your brain just a break from whatever you're doing, which is only going to help the studying. And B, it just kind of, it gets more steps in. So let's see if you study for 2-3 hours, that's 45 minutes of exercise right there in 15 minutes. Right. So, and maybe if you don't want to walk each time, maybe you walk the first hour, the second hour, maybe you do burpees and push-ups, maybe the third hour you do jumping jacks and you walk up and down the stairs at your dorm or your apartment or something. And if you do that, that's 15 minutes 3 times a day. Everybody can find 15 minutes 3 times a day.
Or another thing that you can do, one of my good friends, Mary Nell, actually, she took her personal training test. And so while we were doing her flashcards, every flashcard that she missed, she had to do 15 push-ups.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I love that.
So after she did 45 push-ups, every other flashcard that she missed, she had to do 10 burpees. So there's little games. Bob always does the card game. Ace is worth 10 push-ups. There's little things that you can do while you're studying to give yourself kind of a little break.
I love that.
I have another question from Modesta Blades on Twitter. She says she loves us. We love you too. Just wanting advice on how to start working out when you have a back injury. This is such a great question, because if you don't know, I have a serious back injury, and I am trying to battle that, which has been very hard mentally, but at the same time, the best thing you can do for yourself is you cannot stop moving. Olivia can tell you, when I get off an airplane, I have trouble walking because I've been sitting still for so long and I get so stiff. So fast walking, stretching, and foam rolling for anybody that has a back injury are going to be the 3 most important things, right? Right now, I can't do my normal workouts. I can't flip tires. I can't box. I can't twist. I can't. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to swim more, although it is turning my hair green, and I'm walking. And yes, I'm not as muscular as I normally am. My body doesn't look the same as it does, but while I'm recovering and healing, it's kind of what I have to do. Also, when you have an injury, such as your back, the best thing to do is to stick to your food, like I said, and you need to be amping up that walking. But running and pounding and all that kind of stuff is just not, it's just not going to be good for right now. Also, you can do upper body strength training, but you have to be seated on an upright bench, which is where your back is supported. You can't just be standing up doing weights because your back's not fully supported. So just make sure that you keep that in mind.
And I love, Hannah and I, and you guys will kind of find this out more. We can't really say exactly what it was, but we just did a big shoot out in Malibu on Monday for, well, I can't really say. But anyways, long story short, one of the things we did learn while we were there, which was really cool, is walking on an incline on a treadmill.
That's right.
It burns 5 times the calories as just walking on a flat surface. And even if, with a back injury, you have to hold on and go at a slow pace, if you raise the pitch of that treadmill, it will, A, take the pressure off of your lower back because you are now in a position where you have to use more of your leg and abdominal muscles, which only are going to help your back, it strengthen all areas, but you're going to burn 5 times the calories. And one of the things they don't...
5 times the calories?
5 times the calories. A little inside joke. You'll know exactly what we're talking about in due time. But what I will say is that one thing they don't talk about a lot on the show, The Biggest Loser, you only see people just like pounding these on the treadmill and on Stairmaster and doing all this aggressive working out. And yes, we did tons of that. I ran more on Biggest Loser than I probably ever will for the rest of my life. But one thing we did do a lot of that they don't talk about is we did tons and tons and tons and tons of walking. I probably walked 15, 20 miles a day. Easy.
We walked 5 miles before we even had breakfast every morning.
And I lost probably the bulk of my weight walking. That slow burn, it will continue even long after you've stopped working out. You will continue to burn calories. So for anybody that's just starting out to work out, I'm telling you, get on a treadmill, get outside, and especially if you're on a treadmill, raise the incline at least to 4 or 5, on the treadmill. What are you saying?
What kind of?
Oh, what kind of incline? It depends on the treadmill. Most treadmills go from like 1 to 12, I think, or 1 to 15. We're talking
or they're on a percentage.
Right. Most treadmills, because unless they're a specific incline treadmill, which most people probably don't have access to, not a percentage. It's 1 through 12. So I would say if you're doing a percentage, at least 20 or 30%. If you're doing just a regular treadmill, try 4 or 5 at first and see how that feels, and then you can move all the way back. At one point, Jillian had us on walking on 10s, which was insane. But you can also mix it up. You can, once you feel, not for people with injuries, but once you feel really comfortable, you can always do something like, run a mile, which is at a 1% or 1 incline. Run a mile, stop, walk a minute, take the incline up to 9 or 10, and walk for 20 minutes at a slow pace but at a high incline. And that's going to give you the best of both worlds. Or just walk the entire time at a moderate pace at a really, steep incline. And again, you have to start slow and build up. Yes. It's not something.
One thing that I kind of like to do too is, and Pate really kind of got me into this, is I can't really run sprints right now. I can walk at a certain incline. Now, for me, getting up into the 15 is a little bit hard for me right now because it makes me bend over. But I can do incline intervals, so I can walk really brisk as fast as I possibly can on a one, which is basically like a flat road, and then I can get up to like an 8 and walk really fast, and then go down. So you can do your intervals on that if you're not able to run or get on the elliptical.
which is really great because you're going to be able to do that longer than you would be able to do interval sprints. I mean, let's be honest. Interval sprints is an anaerobic exercise that is going to tire you out really fast, which is great because you have to have both aerobic and anaerobic workouts in your life. But when you're really trying to lose weight, the best thing for you anyways is going to be aerobic exercise. Obviously mixed in with some strength training, but primarily aerobic exercise is going to burn that fat. So that's a great way, like what Hannah said, to do the intervals. I mean, you could do interval training just walking, and you're going to burn so many more calories than just getting on a treadmill and just walking for days on like a flat road. Ain't nobody got time for that because how many times does more calories does it burn?
5 times the calories. Oh, the dog just went.
That's so funny. All right, do we have any more questions? I know we have a ton more.
Let's before we do that, let's do the, so we don't forget, the Amazon gift card.
Oh, yes. Okay. We're going to give away the Amazon gift card.
Tell them again what it is.
So this, if you watched our DietBet video, we chose one winner to receive a $100 gift card from Amazon, and that was the person that shared our DietBet on their social media the most over the whole week. So
we have the top one from every day this week, so we're going to go in order from lowest.
So we have the top one from every single day, and we're going to announce those because those people, even though I wish we had a $100 gift card for everybody, one day maybe we will. One day, my inspiration. But so go ahead.
Fourth runner-up, I guess.
So the fourth runner-up is
Trinity Lonsberry.
Trinity Lonsberry. So let's just take a little slow clap for Trinity Lonsberry.
Trinity. Like on Total Divas, Trinity.
I love it. The third runner-up is
Joanne Holmes.
Joanne Holmes. Yay, Joanne! Seriously, thank you so much, guys. All right.
I'm going to get these names wrong.
It's okay.
Go ahead and say it. The second runner-up is Kim Cuddeback, Cuddeback.
Okay, so the second runner-up is Kim Cuddeback, I think is how you say your name. I'm sorry if we're butchering these names. Come on, big clap for Kim! Yay, Kim! Woo, woo, woo. Ben's from Alabama, guys, so forgive him and his country self.
Your country, too.
Not as much as him. I was born in Texas. There's a big difference.
Oh, you were born in Mississippi.
Roll Tide.
I know, but I lived
in Mississippi.
I lived in Mississippi, but I grew up in Texas. Anyway, go what?
So the first runner with 253 shares.
Okay, the first runner-up with 250 shares. By the way, we're not talking about people shared it like 5 times. 250 shares. Is
Jennifer.
Ferris.
Okay.
These are complicated names.
Jennifer Gutierrez. Yay, Jennifer! Hey. Seriously, Jennifer, high fives. 250 times.
Drum roll. There's a drum roll. Remember, y'all used to do the drum roll.
I don't. Okay.
Hannah knows how to do the drum roll.
Hannah.
That one
on the thing. Remember?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get to my area.
I don't remember how to do this. This is hilarious. Google effects.
Yeah, hold on. Mine's opening as we speak.
Oh, Hannah, I need a drum roll. Give it to me, girl.
Oh, sorry. I'm on headwear right now. 1 sec.
Oh,
she needs her crown to do this, guys. It's definitely not switching.
I don't want headwear. I want not eyewear, not facial hair. Already have that. Hold on.
Hannah, I need a drum roll, not a graduation class.
Oh.
With 426 shares.
With 426 shares.
426
this
times.
Person shared this 426 times. Ladies and gentlemen, Kathy Wilkerson.
Oh my gosh, that's my friend from HCA.
Oh, yay, Kathy. So awesome. So,
I'm texting her right now.
And thank you to DietBet. Just so you guys know, DietBet gave us all this information. We didn't pick.
Wait, what did Kathy win?
So, Kathy, you're going to get an email. You win a $100 Amazon gift card. We are so excited. Thank you, everybody. Whether you shared it one time or 400 and whatever many times, it means, seriously, it means the world. I can't, I was just blown away every day when DietBet was sending us these reports on how many times you guys were sharing it. It just I don't know, it just blows me away, and I'm so excited and honored to be a part of this community. I don't know. What do you think, Hannah?
It's literally when I wake up in the morning and I check my social media, it makes me feel so good because I know that I have all these people supporting each other, not just us, but they're supporting each other and they're meeting each other too. So it's really, it really is a community, and yes, diet bet's a competition and all that kind of stuff, and I know there's other people doing diet bets, but we are just so happy to have them help us and us help them, and most of all, them help each other. It's really amazing.
I mean, I know we don't get a chance to say it often, but I literally cannot explain to you guys how much it means to me, and I know it's the same for Hannah. Like when you guys tweet us and Instagram us, comments, like every time I'm always like there's like this thing in me that gets like really excited when I'm like, ooh, they left comments, or like it's just I love it. It's just because it just makes you feel like you're not doing this by yourself, because I know for years Hannah and I tried to do this by ourselves, and I'm just so glad that I know I can, even if I just have to vent or celebrate or whatever, that I can share it with you guys, and you guys are going to be right there with us. So let's go to some more questions. We have about another 20 minutes or so. Let's do some more questions. Yeah, we're going to.
I have one.
Okay, Hannah's got one. Go ahead, Hannah.
Okay, so this is from one of our favorite peeps, Nick Hendren. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
He's in Canada, and he comes to all of our Google Hangouts because he's awesome. He says, I'm at my heaviest weight, and I yo-yo a lot. I pig out alone and don't seem to have time to work out. What do I do? Okay, so Nick, this was me for about, I don't know, 15 years, or maybe 12. The thing about being home alone with food is you're going to eat it. You know that if there's food in the house, you're by yourself, no one's watching, no one's there to keep you accountable, you're going to eat it. You have to regulate what you bring home. If you want to eat something bad and you know you're going to, you got to put your clothes on, you got to go outside, you got to do it away from your house, okay? That's the #1 rule. Also, be careful about eating food in your car. If you know that being in the car, you're by yourself and you're going through drive-thrus is a tricky situation for you, for the next 3 months, make a rule that you can't eat in your car, right? So you have to set those boundaries for yourself, and then once you get to a place where you feel like you can't have bad food in the house again, that's fine. But even for me, if there's going to be ice cream or something, I do pretty well, but I think about it. I mean, I'm a food addict. That's just how it is, right? Also, you always have time to work out. Nick, you can work out for 10 or 15 minutes in the morning in your dorm room. I know you can. If you have a roommate, too bad. You can do one of those sock on the doors workout time. You know what I mean? It's true. You can do a 15-minute video. You can do 10 minutes of push-ups, burpees, jogging in place, mountain climbers. You can take a 15-minute walk to clear your head. There's always time. And just remember, even if you're not working out for 2 hours, that's okay. 15 minutes in the morning is a great start.
I love that. It's so good.
Nick, mwah.
So, wait, Monica S? Monique, I'm sorry, not Monica, sorry. Monique S. asked a question, and this is like a really great, this is a great question, and we've been getting, like, I think since the beginning, since we got off Biggest Loser, and it was such a big part of, like, both my story and Hannah's story, people are always asking us to talk about this more, and I think I'm just finally to the point where I want to start really kind of talking about it more, and I know I would love to really kind of do more of like a series on this issue, because it does, so many people suffer with it. But Monique was asking if, since Hannah is going to be doing a lot of like the wedding stuff, if we would be willing to also do like another series like that's just talking about weight loss and PCOS, which we have literally, Hannah and I have talked about it so many times, how to do it and how to do it right, because it is tricky, because PCOS, so many people have it, and it's like, it's one of those things that we just want to be really careful, because it's a medical condition. We don't ever want to, we don't want to step out and give you guys advice outside of what your doctor is recommending, but I feel comfortable enough now. I know Hannah does, has licensing in health coaching. I, have a certified personal training and some other things, and I feel like we now have enough knowledge that we could intelligently speak about our experiences and kind of give advice in that area. So I would love to do that. If you are interested in hearing more about PCOS and kind of like our experiences with it, and kind of what we continue to struggle with and what we don't. I mean, there's all kinds of things that we could talk about from,
of course.
But I'm in the process right now of trying to get pregnant again. I know that's a lot of information for some people, but I've never hid any of that from anybody because that was such a big part. I mean, there's a video that you can find on our channel. Obviously, I had a miscarriage last fall and was very open about that, and so we're all, we're both willing to talk about that, and it's just what you guys want. We want to give you guys what you want. So if you're interested in us having maybe an ongoing series about PCOS and the struggles, from little things like, I'm about to throw the real out here, Hannah. Hannah's going to be horrified. Hannah's going to be real horrified. I'm going to throw it out there because those of you that suffer from PCOS, know that there's all kinds of things that we struggle with, from facial hair. Hello. I have to pluck like little hairs that I get here and there, and that's because of the hormonal balance that lives in my body. It's just, I don't have like a beard or anything, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's just like part of it. And
people, Olivia and I, we're not 18 and 20 years old.
No.
People always think that we're a little bit younger, which I appreciate. But on the show, I mean, we were competing against 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds. We're the grannies of the group, of the alumni group, you know?
Right. And, it's hard when struggling with hormonal imbalances in your body. It does so many things from, I can always tell, just this is a brief thing, but when I'm eating more sugar in my diet, or I'm not super tight on what I'm eating, like, even my brain gets fuzzy. It's crazy because my body does not metabolize simple carbohydrates very well, like, at all. And I see immediate reactions in my body to, it's weight gain, to bloating, inflammation, fuzzy brain, like all kinds of things. So it's a really good topic to talk about, and I'd love to talk about it more. So like I said, leave in the comments below exactly what are some of the things you would like to see about and talk about PCOS, because, Monique, I agree, it's something that's not really talked about a lot, and it's a word and a diagnosis that's thrown around a lot, and it's not, I think for so long people were like, you would say, oh, I have PCOS, and they'd be like, oh, okay.
Eye roll.
You know what I mean? But it is a legit syndrome, and it makes a lot of areas of your life tough, especially weight loss. But the best part is obviously Hannah and I in the weight loss department, we've been able to really overcome that. I mean, it's still a continual struggle, but we're able to really be successful in that area, and I'd love to, kind of explore that and share some of that. So, do we have another question? What's another question? Here's a good one.
Okay.
This is from Carissa Rowland.
Hi, Carissa.
How do you create the support to help with weight loss when you have no friends in a new city and have lived there over a year?
Oh, that's a good question. How do you develop a support system, a weight loss support system, when you've moved to a new city and you just don't know anybody yet?
Great question.
I think this is a great question, because so many of us, even if you're not in a new city, sometimes when you are branching out into a new area of your life, like weight loss or exercise, it's tough because sometimes you do just kind of have to take that brave step on your own. And what I would really encourage you to is take some group classes. Like, I know a lot of people love to do like treadmill and whatever, but
are you kidding? I'd much rather take a class.
Well, me too. I mean, obviously, me too. But a lot of people aren't comfortable in group fitness situations because they feel, timid or embarrassed. And let me tell you something. I have never been to a group fitness class where anybody has been like shunned or get out of here or why are you here, or every time I've ever been to and I'm talking, I even did group fitness classes when I was very, very overweight. People always welcomed me. They always encouraged me, and I realized that all of those fears that I had were completely made up in my own head, in my own personal fears. And I teach a group fitness class 11 times a week, sometimes upward of 15 times a week. And what I love is that now I have a group of people that each class I teach that are regulars that come every week, and within that group, I have now watched all these people make these friendships, people who never would have come together before, but because they were willing to just look at the person on the bike next to them and be like, you know what, we take class all the time together. What's your name? You know, just a little shout out to my friends, Annika and the Catlett sisters and all of that. I mean, those girls have all become friends because they've seen each other and they've become each other's support system. So my recommendation is to start going to some group fitness classes, you know, Zumba, body pump, there's all kinds, spin class, whatever, you know, beach body, whatever you like.
Guns and guns.
Yeah, exactly. And just start to just take those brave steps. I know it's so hard, believe me. Hannah can make friends with like a chair. I'm not so much that way. I get a little more like quiet and like reserved, so I have to really force myself to talk to people because not because
Pate has a little thing to add. Pate, would you like to come add your tip really quick? Just really quick.
I was gonna say get a session with a personal trainer, and you know some gyms actually include that. I don't know.
In your first session?
Well, if you sign up at a gym, sometimes it comes with an orientation of something, and if at the very least, even if you're familiar with some equipment, it gives you that familiarity with maybe some new equipment that you haven't seen before, or at least understanding where the stuff is that you like, that you know you need, so you can kind of plan your workouts.
Great tip. How about a kiss on the cheek?
And even some help in planning those workouts, because what I encounter with a lot of people, even if at one point in time they did work out quite a bit, they may have gotten out of shape over the last couple of years, and they need help figuring out what their workout looks like now, not what it used to look like. They know what they could have done, and it's discouraging.
Got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Love you.
Great tip.
Now Paige is. I love it because Pate's gonna start. We're gonna start doing some more workout stuff with Pate. Because I mean, some of you may not know, but Pate has been a personal trainer for like 15 years. He's been doing this for a long time. I'm still a newbie. I've only had my my personal training certification for
that's a mouthful. Personal training certification.
Just a little over a year, and I've started training.
Right now, Pate is prepping his food for tomorrow.
Oh, great! See,
as we speak.
But I love that idea of just really kind of getting out of your comfort zone and really introducing yourself to some people. And I promise you'll see these people over and over and over again, because let's just face it, people who, when you become a gym rat, which I am a self-proclaimed gym rat now, when you become a gym rat, you'll be around other people who are gym rats, and it makes you want to go because you're like, oh, I'm my gym friends. You know, I have friends in my life that are just my friends, and then I have my gym friends.
That's right, and when you don't come, they're like, where have you been?
I love it. And so it's a great accountability, and then the more you start to see them, then it becomes something that you're like, hey, you know what, like, let's grab a juice after, or a coffee, or dinner, or whatever, and then they become not just your gym friends, but your real life friends as well. And I think that is super helpful, and it will help you meet new people, and then hopefully they'll introduce you to new people. But I'm telling you, you have to take the first step, because friends and people like that won't just fall into your lap, unfortunately. Believe me, I wish I could. I believe me, because I'm so awkward when I meet people for the first time. So that's like my advice for you. Do we have another question?
Yes.
We have
I've got one. My turn?
You have one?
I do. So Sarah Thiessen, who I think is watching the Google Hangout, says, hi, curious now that Whole30 is over if you're back to weighing and counting calories, to me. I've worked with Sarah a couple times, and she's actually been to Nashville to my boot camp, and she's always just done such an amazing job to train with Carter, who's one of the other great trainers here in Nashville, and she's a big Whole30 fan. I'm sorry, I'm having like hair issues here. And she knows that I'm very big on counting calories, and I weigh myself every day. So one of the things that was tough for me during Whole30 was I could not weigh myself, and I did not count the calories. So she wants to know if I've gone back. So this is what I've kind of compromised. I decided to weigh, especially for the DietBet, I'm going to weigh twice a month, so once in the beginning, and then I'm going to weigh after 2 weeks. I am counting my calories, but it's more, for me, it's not just about hitting my 1,500 or whatever I'm looking for. It's really about measuring and my portion control, because I didn't really measure anything during Whole30, and not that it messed me up on my diet, because Whole30 was awesome, but for me, sometimes I get too much hummus, or I get too much this, or, you know, I just eat too many almonds or too many handfuls, and so for me, just measuring my portion control really helps. So I'm weighing myself twice this month instead of every day.
And it's also what you're comfortable with, too. You're comfortable measuring and counting calories. That's what you're comfortable with.
I am, and that's what's really worked for me. So
exactly.
Now, Paige, he didn't have to measure or count anything. He just does it.
Boys also have that extra testosterone that us ladies don't have.
True.
And testosterone.
And he's also conditioned his body to be healthy for 34 years, unlike what I've done.
Yeah, but it's not just that. I'm sorry. And unfortunately, Pate isn't the only man that has this advantage. They all do, because Bob used to say it on the ranch. So did Jillian all the time. Testosterone in that body. Once you get that testosterone going from working out, it is literally like it torches calories. Torches calories. But you just got to get it going. You got to, and that. The more you work out, the more men use their bodies.
That's right.
More efficient that testosterone.
As Kate likes to say, I'm a man.
Exactly.
I'm manly. Right back?
Good one.
We got another one.
This is Cindy McLaughlin.
Cindy McLaughlin has a question. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
What snacks do you eat at work? I'm at a desk and answered the phone. She diced up celery and added a sprinkle of cumin and lightly salted, but just wanted to know.
I read that comment just a second ago, and by the way, I'm so going to try that, because she says that she was asking what snacks do you have at your desk, because she sits at a desk all day, and she said that she has celery. She chops up celery and she lightly dusts it with cumin and a little bit of salt, and that smells delicious, by the way, because I'm obsessed with cumin. I love it on everything.
I love cumin too.
I unfortunately don't sit at, well, not unfortunately, I fortunately do not sit at a desk all day, so I can kind of talk about the snacks that I use, because my snacks are more towards, because I'm a personal trainer as well as I work at SoulCycle, so I'm on a spin bike all the time. So as far as the desk snacks, Hannah already talked about almonds and apple, but Hannah, give us some more. This is your...
So depending on what you're doing, I have made a couple times the energy bites with the oats and the peanut butter and things like that, or I've also made a carrot cake protein bar that's really good, and I can post a recipe. But also, if you have a fridge close to your desk, or in your break room, always utilize that. I always have a Greek yogurt. I always have almonds, and I always have a piece of turkey, and a piece of fruit. Because anytime you eat a piece of fruit after the morning time, you always want to have a piece of protein with it. So in the afternoon, a lot of times I'll eat an apple and a couple slices of low-sodium turkey. And that's easy for me to have at my desk. It's hard for me to have a jar of things, like one of my friends that sits next to me, in the office next to me, she has a big jar of almonds. If I had a big jar of almonds at my desk, I would just stick and do a handful every couple hours, and that's not really measuring. So I try to do not prepackaged snacks, but snacks that I can just put in little bags, and then I can just have there for when I need them.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we have another question from Rob S.
B.
Oh, sorry, Rob B. Hi, Rob. First of all, we love our male life inspiration nation people. This question is awesome, and I get this question asked a lot. Is what music do we listen to you to kind of get you in that working spirit, like workout feeling? And it's interesting because the biggest part about my class at SoulCycle obviously is my music, and people constantly are asking, where I get my music. So I spend hours and hours and hours a week choosing the music that I play, because it's so important to me. Because I don't know about you guys, if you've ever been in some kind of workout class or on a run or whatever, and if your music is lame, it's just so lame. I mean, that's like the best word I know how to use it. Like, so lame. So there are a couple tools that I use. There's a couple websites that are really fantastic. One of my favorites is called Hype Machine, so HYPE Machine, or it's shortened to Hypem, HYPE, the letter M is in Mary.com. So Hypem or Hype Machine, type either one. And the thing I love about Hype Machine is what they do is you can separate it by genre. You can do hip-hop, pop, pop, just what's popular. And basically they do all the trolling of the internet for you, and they post on their page based on whatever, either just what's the most popular of the day, or you can separate it by genre. all the different music that's been mentioned on different music blogs throughout the internet world.
So awesome.
I love it because they do all the grunt work for you. So you just go along, and they have little places like on the side where you can play. And then you could just like listen to the music, and sometimes it'll offer a link to like the artist's site or the DJ site where you can download it. Or a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just take whatever the name of the song is, and then I'll open another tab and just write the song into Google and say, like, you know, if it was, you know, Mims Move If You Wanna Artie Remix or whatever, I'll go into Google and type in Move If You Wanna Artie Remix download, and then it'll give you all the websites that are available to download stuff. So what I thought about doing is maybe not this week, but maybe next week, maybe I'll put a list up. I'll do a video and add a list of my top 10 workout songs of the moment things that I'm just loving, and we'll post that, and I'll just do like a small little tutorial about how to put together a playlist and things you want to listen for and things that are like, you know, really, really fun. And
hey, Olivia, I have a question for you. Have you ever thought about, you're probably going to kill me for this, but have you ever thought about posting one of your playlists, just one?
I've thought about doing that. Now, what I could do is, I mean, obviously, because I don't want to post like my Soul Cycle playlist because
right, but I mean, like you have playlists that you run to and stuff.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, so I was thinking maybe in week 2, that's what I'll do. I'll post a playlist. I'll put maybe like one for just general workout and maybe one that's just for running. Like that way you guys can like get a little bit of both. Yeah. And so I'll go ahead and I'll post that. I'll do like a little video on that and kind of show you how I go about it. And there are a couple of also different programs that I use on my computer that have been extremely helpful. Also another, most of you know about this, another website that's incredible just for searching if you know what you're looking for is SoundCloud.com. And basically SoundCloud is a place where people upload music, they share it. It's just kind of like a social media music website. And I really love it because you can follow people, and then every time they post something new, it'll be in your feed. So it also, you can
like a regular feed. That's awesome.
You can search yourself, or just every time, like if I know I love, like one of the DJs I love the most is, his name is Blau, but it's spelled with the number 3, so it's 3LAU. And stuff is incredible, and I follow him, and so every time he posts something new, it comes up in my feed, and I don't even have to go search for it. So that's also really, really helpful. But yeah, I'll do a video. I hope that helps you, Rob. I'll do a video of some of my like most favorite like songs that I'm loving right now and things I've been playing a lot in class. So you guys can go find it. Yeah, I think that's cool. You got one, Hannah?
Let's see.
Maybe we can we'll do 2 more questions.
Okay. Let's see.
You got any? Anything?
Yeah.
I got
this one's good.
Sorry.
And they asked it also on YouTube, so there's 2 of them.
Wait, what?
Are you going to change up your workout routine for the DietBet specifically? And I think that's good because it talks about weight loss versus maintenance.
Oh, that's great. Are you going to change it?
I'll tell you who it is.
Okay.
Hold that thought. I
I almost was like,
this is Aaron Lee.
Aaron Lee asked a question, and this is a great question. And basically,
She asked Hannah.
Oh, she asked Hannah.
I thought it was yours.
Oh, no, it's fine. So this is Hannah. This question was for you from Aaron Lee. She wanted to know if you were going to change up, or if you were going to change up your workout during the DietBet because you're in more of like weight loss mode versus just maintenance mode. So why don't you take that one?
So I am going to change my exercise just a little bit because actually, even though for real life this weight is good, but I really want to get down to smaller, like fighting weight for my wedding. So I am definitely going to amp up. I'm going to try to do more cardio. I'm going to try to swim more because swimming is something that I could do with my back. And I'm actually thinking about doing some personal training. So even though my fiance is a personal trainer, he's fully booked, but he's going to help me a little bit too. So I'm just going to dedicate some more time now that I'm not traveling in the next 4 or 5 weeks, taking that time kind of. And so yes, I am. It's not so much ramping up more because I can't really up the intensity right now, but I am going to definitely log more minutes and more time, for sure.
And I love that. And I think also, like for me, during the diet bet, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to, I don't need to add a ton of extra working out, but what I am going to do is I'm going to be just a little more consistent in switching things up. So because like anybody else, you know, like I said, it's funny, people are always like, oh, I mean, you know, you soul cycle all the time, and that's just so great. And trust me, I feel like, you know, as far as athletically, my body is in the best shape I have ever been in my life. Like, I feel and all of that is due to soul cycle. But I still need to challenge my body in different ways. So, I get stuck in a rut to the same thing. So, there's like a couple things that I want to try. So, this month, I'm going to try once a week. I'm going to try 4 different things I don't normally do. So, you know, because you don't want to just all of a sudden just upturn your life upside down. Right. But exactly. I want to try some new things. So one thing is there's a place called City Row here in New York, and it's just a rowing class on rowers. So I'm super excited. I'm going to try that. There's a place called Strength and Lengthen Tone called SLT here in the city that I've been dying to take.
Now, is that more of a bar class? Is it a bar class too?
No, I think it's more
a bar too there.
What?
I thought they had, it was like a pure bar on crack or something.
No, I think they use like the reformer, and like it's more of like Pilates, I think, on crack. And it's a little bit of everything, I know. And then, but my friend Natalie Euling, who I'm sure most of you guys have seen her, she is like the Under Armour model. So in every Under Armour ad you ever see, there's this beautiful like blondish hair girl, and that's her. She teaches that. Yes, this is going to take one of classes. It's just been a long time coming, and I've just been dying to take it. So I'm going to do that. I want to do a yoga class down the Lower East Side. There's a place that everybody goes here in New York, and Hannah will tell you, Hannah does a ton of yoga. I don't do a lot of yoga. I'm terrible at it, but I really
You're not terrible at it. You're just not, you're not in practice.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to be good at it. So, and I want to try a Bikram class because I think I would really like it, even though Hannah will tell you I get really, I start freaking out.
It's very hot and agitated.
It gets super hot. I have a hard time. But I want to, like, overcome that because I think it's just the fear of the unknown kind of situation, and that's okay. So I want to do that. There was one more I wanted to do. There's this place called the Fitting Room here in New York, and they do primarily like a lot of like body metcon stuff as well as like TRX stuff. So I think like just by adding one day a week something different than I usually do, not just running on my treadmill at home, right, or walking or doing Soul Cycle or taking another Soul Cycle class, because even when I'm not teaching, I take other teachers classes because I love it so much. I'm going to really challenge myself to like kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit and just really, really tighten up on the food, because you know, the one thing about maintenance that is nice is you don't have to be so incredibly, and I'm not talking about adding, like, you know, like I eat cupcakes every day. No, I'm talking about even just, like Hannah said, not having those extra few bits of almonds or those extra, not having, like, if I'm super, super hungry and I know I've had all my calories, letting myself go have something else. Like, sometimes it just is a great reminder to just kind of go back to the basics, and I think that's what I'm going to do for DietBet. I hope that answers your question.
Back to the basics.
Well, you got one more, Hannah?
Let's see. I'm sure. I have several here. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Our friend Crystal S. says, "Hi, Crystal. I met Crystal at an appearance I did in Virginia, I believe, in Richmond, a couple years ago, and she's been following us and tweeting us and Facebooking us, and she says, ladies, love you ladies, which organization did you go through to get your personal certification?" My inspiration, Olivia.
I went through AFA. There's tons of different ones. Hannah and I started NASM, I think, was it NASM? ACSM, that's right.
And you got certified through Soul Cycle too?
Yeah, and we've also been certified through Mad Dog for spinning as well. Yes. So we both have like a handful of certifications. But the thing is, there are many, many different ones. It's just which one is going to work the best for you. I really, really want to finish the ACSM one. That one is probably like the gold standard, I would say, because it's very, very, very sports medicine related. Like, it's just a lot of like anatomy and kinesiology, which is really important, but it's less about training and more about the body. So I feel like depending on what you want to do with your certification, you know, I did just your basic personal training certificate, but I also did an emphasis on group fitness, because group fitness is what I do the most. So even though I do have personal training clients that I work with on a regular basis, it's also, you know, but there are tons of different ones. There are ones that you could do in a weekend. There are ones that take 6 months. There are ones that, you know, take longer than that. But it's just always a learning process. So whatever you want to do.
The thing about your certifications are, and I've learned this basically from Pate, but you always have to keep doing your CE, your continuing education. So most trainers, good trainers that you know, keep up their certifications and they do continuing education classes and things like that, are the ones that you want to gravitate towards.
Of course, because you know, everybody knows, like, you don't just get your certification and that's it. You have to continue to do your, you know, your CES credits, like, to keep your certification.
That's right.
Oh yeah. So all right, we have one more question. You got any for us, Beans? One more.
Let's see.
One more from our producer. Lots of comments.
Yeah, everybody's commenting on what y'all say. It's pretty fun.
It's funny. A lot of people have been tweeting me saying that they're going on a vacation in 1 month. So they're doing the diet bet to get ready for their vacation. I have someone that's going to Cancun. Mandy Kinninger is going to Cancun. Little LJ is going to Hawaii. Oh no, little LJ is from the UK. I'm sorry. Little EJ is going to Hawaii. So we have a lot of people that are going on vacation, and they're doing this to get ready for their vacation.
I love that.
Cool, right?
Okay. Okay, so we're going to end this, but I just wanted to list some of the people that signed in and for DietBet and already, like Monica H, Cindy, Tracy C, Kelly B, Susan L, Megan E. I love. Oh, this is so fun. And so many people. I'm going to go in actually tomorrow and respond to a lot of these comments, because tomorrow's my day off, so I have time to like sit down and read these. But so many people in our community are bloggers and are writing blogs and like documenting their experience. And I love that. I'm answering comments in DietBet, just to clarify that. But yeah, so many people are posting like their blogs up on here. And if you have a blog, or if you're documenting or doing a Tumblr or some kind of something about your process, please comment and leave that link on our DietBet page so we can all go and see it and read it, because I think that is so, so cool. Hazel D wrote that she ate something unhealthy, and Hazel, that's all right, girl. We all do it. We all do it from time to time. The most important is that you were in the light about it, because to kind of go back to what our friend Nick, sorry Nick, what Nick was saying, one of my really good friends posted something recently and I loved it. She wrote, "You're only as healthy as you are in private." And I love that, because what you do in private is really the closest truth to where you are health-wise, and not saying that to condemn anybody, because let's be honest, nobody's perfect, not in public or in private. But just remember, when you're in private, still hold yourself accountable. And you know what I mean? I love that she just wrote that she was like, man, crap, I ate something unhealthy. That's awesome. I think that's great.
Also, quick question. So now that I've weighed in DietBet and I'm signed in, when I reply to the comments, I'm not the administrator, because I was good about that. So do I need to comment under Hannah and Olivia, or just under Hannah, or what?
You can comment as Hannah's
The ones from Hannah and Olivia will be like the official ones that they're doing to you guys do together.
Right.
So then I probably need to just sign in as that then.
Yeah, that's fine. So the ones from Hannah C are going to be Hannah. I'm still waiting for my stuff to get verified, so I'll just probably be, I don't know what mine will end up being, but for right now, I'll just use Hannah and Olivia, and that's kind of like our official, like anytime we're like putting out any kind of information or whatever, but look for either Hannah C, I'll probably be Olivia W, probably, and all of that, so you'll always know that that's us or whatever. So, yeah, so stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for this like little chat. I know we're going to try to do this once a week for the next 4 weeks of every week of the diet. We didn't draw on each other again. But yeah, make sure that you watch for videos. We're going to be posting videos and all kinds of stuff. It will always be on the DietBet page. We'll always put links to our YouTube channel and everything else so you know. And don't forget to leave comments on the DietBet page for what you want to see on our YouTube channel.
And remember, you still have time to get your friends to sign up. They can sign up for the next 14 days, right?
Yes, the next 14 days. You can still get people to sign up. So keep sharing it. Let's just keep building this pod. And you know what, guys? You guys can do this. I can't wait to hear how many people are going to be successful at the end of this.
Me too.
All right, guys. So signing off. We love you guys.
Love you, Olivia.
Happy DietBet Day, guys. Let's do this. Slow clap. Yeah. Bye, guys.